Most concerning aspect for me is the fact that he had been caught, he had been charged with offences. He was repeatedly by the police put before the courts seeking remanding in custody. The police were saying this guy's too dangerous to be on the streets, and between CPS and the courts they kept bailing him. So it's not acceptable for a struggling criminal justice system to put increasing amount of risks on the street and then say to the police, we're going to give you a bigger and bigger list of dangerous people to monitor, and then just to focus all the criticism on us if we don't do it as well as we could. And I'm not sort of trying to absolve ourselves of our responsibility, but dangerous people need remanding in custody, and we're seeing far too many cases, day in and day out, knife carriers, sex offenders who are being bailed when a few years ago they've been remanded in custody, and we can't carry all of that load in communities. We will do everything we can do to do better, but the justice system needs to carry more of the load than it is at the moment, rather than passing it back onto the streets.
But you need to investigate rapes and murders in this case better than you, and the sexual assault of a prison officer better than you did.
So I'm not saying we couldn't have done better. In the last few years, we've gone from having amongst the lowest success rates on rape cases to the highest success rate in the country. We've really turned around our performance on that. We're doing fantastically well. Our teams have got massive workloads. We're a shrinking organisation, but they're doing extraordinarily well to do that. There's always cases you could do better on. This has got really tragic consequences. So we've already apologised for that. But we need a justice system that helps us rather than keep putting dangerous people back on the streets when that's obviously the wrong answer.
But 2 women died here. I'm a bit worried that you're sort of saying it's the criminal justice system that was at fault. But you knew who he was. You knew his DNA was at the scene of the first murder.
Yeah, and the post-mortem of the first murder didn't say it was a murder. They weren't sure what the cause of death was. You can't charge somebody with murder when you don't have a statement saying this person was unlawfully killed. So there are complexities which aren't always coming out in some of the reporting. Not to say that we've got it perfectly right. We haven't. There's things we could have done better, definitely. But you can't just put all the risk into communities, not take dangerous people into prison when there's a strong case to do so, and then say to the police, you just carry all that risk and we'll blame you when it goes wrong. The justice system needs to do its job better.